Breaking news tonight on a very dark subject, the murder of American-based Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi, specifically whether the de facto Saudi ruler, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, ordered the killing. According to new reporting, which first broke in the Washington Post, the CIA has concluded the answer is yes, which may be tough for the White House to swallow given how tightly the administration has tied its fortunes to that prince known by many as MBS. The Post's John Hudson did some of the reporting on this story. He joins us now. John, thanks for joining us. The CIA's conclusion that the Crown Prince ordered the assassination of Khashoggi, what's it based on? Do we know?
So this comes from multiple intelligence sources. This obviously a major part of this is the audio that the Turks had, but the CIA had multiple sources of information, including a phone call that was made by the Saudi ambassador to the United States to Jamal Khashoggi, and so it's based on a number of pieces of evidence, and it is a high confidence assessment by the CIA that Mohammed bin Salman ordered the assassination of Jamal Khashoggi.
And again, in that reporting, you suggest, among other things, that it was the Saudi ambassador who suggested to Khashoggi that he go to the Turkish embassy. That Saudi ambassador issued a statement tonight vehemently denying those claims. What do you make of that?
Yeah, so we included the essence of the statement in the denial. You could see him on Twitter saying that they provided a longer statement, and then they published that out. They put that out there. But we boiled down the essence of that and put that in the story. But of course, we also reflected what we've heard from other sources on this story, people familiar with the situation.
And President Trump, you're reporting he has been briefed on this. He has been told the intelligence community thinks that the Crown Prince ordered this assassination. Do we know what his reaction has been?
Yeah, so we've seen the reaction, and we've seen this play out over several days, that the president has always said that the relationship that the United States with Saudi Arabia is important. But he's also made it very clear that he believes this was one of the worst cover-ups ever. So what they've tried to do is balance what is a growing amount of evidence that this was something directed by very senior Saudi leadership. And they've tried to balance that with the reality that they would like to keep this relationship with the Crown Prince, who they've tried to cultivate a very strong relationship with for a couple years now, and which they consider the linchpin of their Middle East strategy.
John Hudson, terrific reporting. Thanks so much for being with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And to his last point here, here's a small sample of what the president has been saying lately. Take a look.
As of this moment, they deny it, and they deny it vehemently. Could it be them? Yes.
Jared, your son-in-law, got on the phone and asked the prince, did he deny it?
They deny it. They deny it every way you can imagine.
I just spoke with the King of Saudi Arabia, who denies any knowledge of what took place with regard to, as he said, his Saudi Arabian citizen. I've asked, and he firmly denied that.
Joining me now is the former Director of National Intelligence, retired Lieutenant General James Clapper, author of Facts and Fears, Hard Truths from a Life in Intelligence. Director Clapper, explain how sure the CIA needs to be to come to a conclusion like this. When they conclude that the Crown Prince ordered this assassination, how certain?
Well, I think, as I understand it, and again, I can't officially corroborate the reporting on the CIA report, but let's just say, for the sake of discussion, it's accurate and valid. And I think the fact that apparently this came with a high confidence. Well, when you ascribe a high confidence level to a report, typically you have very good sourcing from multiple sources. And so that's, I think, was the case here. And I think beyond that, I think this report simply serves to reinforce what anyone with a modicum of understanding about how things operate in Saudi Arabia, which center around MBS, Mohammed bin Salman, who is de facto the ruler in Saudi Arabia, who involves himself in all matters big and small. So I think from the beginning, there's no question that an operation like this could not have been planned and executed without not just the acquiescence and knowledge of Mohammed bin Salman, but I am convinced the direction. And I felt that way before this reporting of the CIA report.
And again, the phraseology that you point out is high confidence, which you say means they have it from multiple sources. And the president, at least according to the Post, he's yet again questioning the intelligence he's getting from his own agencies. We've seen that before. I wonder if this is a similar thing or if this is because he doesn't want it to be true for policy reasons.
Yeah, I suspect it's the latter. And the president, as we've seen over the last couple of years, does have a what I'll characterize as an elastic evidentiary bar. And I'm quite sure that he will keep raising that, in this case, the bar ever higher. But you know, it stretches credulity to think that Mohammed bin Salman wasn't directly involved and directly ordered this.
You know, Director, it's interesting to me because the Washington Post broke this story and then it quickly appeared in the Wall Street Journal and New York Times, which means someone wanted it out there. Someone wants it out there that the CIA has a high level of confidence that the Saudi Crown Prince ordered this murder. Why would someone want this out there?
Well, somebody who, and it may not necessarily have been someone from within the intelligence community. I want to make that point clear because lots of people outside the IC would have been aware of this reporting. And so I think it's obviously somebody that's, you know, concerned about this whole situation, finds it despicable and wants it out there. And in doing so, I think puts more pressure on the administration and makes it harder for them to tap dance.
So if it is true that Khashoggi's murder was ordered by the Crown Prince, should there be, in your mind, severe consequences? Does the United States need him as an ally?
Well, I think we need Saudi Arabia as an ally. Now, if that, right now, I guess the administration view is that Saudi Arabia is synonymous with Mohammed bin Salman. I would hope, maybe I'm fantasizing here, that the royal family would think about some other heir apparent for the king other than Mohammed bin Salman, because for my money, and I think for lots of other people, he has severely compromised himself by his involvement in this really despicable act.
Director James Clapper, thanks so much for your insight and helping us understand what's going on here. Really appreciate it.